Right, so we all know, if we're on this channel, that AI OFM is one of the best business models right now to get into, especially if you're looking for freedom and with location, with your financial status, and of course with your time, and if you want to not turn up to a 9 to 5, have a boss, all that kind of thing. This is the best business model to get into this year. As you can see, lovely Dubai, the views are banging, the sun's out. I'm not in the fucking UK. In the UK, it's pretty cold right now. Anyway, so why would you start AI models? In fact, what even is AI models? Well, what you do is you make an AI influencer, you put them on Instagram, and then you make them a fan view account / OnlyFans. What you do with that is obviously chat to them on the back end, and you make money through the fans by upselling them content. You can probably guess what kind of content that would be. So what I'm going to showcase in this video right here is how you can actually scale from $0 to $5,000 in a single month. It's extremely easy. People don't really understand how easy it is to get started in this business model and start making money. I'm going to show you from Dubai. I'm only out here for a couple of weeks, but I'm going to showcase exactly how easy that is going to be. And why would you get into this business model? Well, as I just mentioned about 100 fucking times, it's extremely easy. I'm going to showcase the quickest methods of getting started. You don't even need to learn AI creation if you want to just get started, get rolling and make some money. The profit margins are 100%. You don't need to pay any staff if you don't want to. Of course, you can automate things later with staff and with things like this, but not necessary in the starting stages while you're scaling up. So enjoy the video and we're going to get cracking.
For my theme song, my leather black jeans on, my by any means on, part and I'm getting my scream on, into the kingdom, but watch it you bring home. You see a black man with a white woman at the top floor, they gon' come to kill King Kong. Middle America packed in, can't they see me in my black skin? Number one question they asking, fuck every question you asking.
So for this next segment, I'm going to be using my phone as a microphone because I forgot my fucking microphones in the UK, and Dubai is extremely loud at night, so the phone would not pick up my voice, believe it or not. The sound of the construction behind me is mental. Anyway, what I'm going to be talking about is the most time-consuming element of your AI model is going to be the AI creation. It is going to take somewhat technical skill. You are going to have to learn it. It is most definitely a skill, and it's not going to be cheap to learn either. You're going to do a lot of trial and error. You're probably going to spend a lot of money actually learning as well, because tokens cost money, CPUs cost money on these platforms, and you're going to have to rent them out, etc. So definitely not a free process to learn this, as well as the education side as well. If you want to get a decent education on how these models are made, of course it's going to cost you money. Not a lot of people know these skills, so people do charge for you to be able to learn that. So that's key to note. However, what we're going to do, and in fact what I do myself, I don't even know the AI generation side. Being completely open and honest, I don't have any interest in learning. All I want to do is hire people to do that for me and get on, crack on, make money. So if that sounds like you, that's exactly what we're going to be doing in this short 0 to 5k episode. We're going to be buying a model. Now I do have a marketplace where you can buy and actually almost rent my designers that I use personally, and they will make you a model or create you a LoRa for a model. If you don't know what LoRa is, do some research. We've done videos on keywords within the industry before. A LoRa is basically something that will allow you to replicate an image over and over again. You can purchase LoRas off of our marketplace. You can purchase models off of our marketplace, custom content, and that's exactly what we're going to be doing here. So to speed up the process, I already done this. The delivery time is probably about 3 to 5 days on the marketplace, depending on demand. Remember, these models are fully custom made to you. However you want the model, however you want the images, we're going to do that completely for you. There's no fucking about. You don't have to stick it in a AI generator. You don't have to learn anything. As simple as paying for a package and receiving it. Hello everyone, so I'm really quickly going to interject with this video. I just wanted to really quickly showcase the AI model marketplace, what it actually looks like, and the kind of steps that you would take in order to get a model and what that would look like. So this is the channel here. We showcase quite a lot of the stuff that The designers can make. The packages are labeled here clearly with the pricing as well. Not only this, but we do offer new packages such as professional LoRa training, as mentioned in the video. All you will do is you will message this app right here. This is our assistant for the marketplace. You will message them. They will get back to you very, very soon, and you will basically decide together what your model wants to look like. You'll get sent some samples if you're happy with them. Then you'll get a Google Drive folder with your model inside, so you can download all the images and basically just plug and play them into your social media pages and your fan view pages. So absolutely ideal. 100% recommend for those of you who are like myself, who maybe you don't want to even bother fucking about with all the technical side. You just want to crack on, get the images, get the videos, and get out of there, because that's exactly what I'm about. So back to the video. So once you do have your content or your LoRa ready, what you're going to do is set up socials. Now, I recommend starting with Instagram. For me personally, Instagram is the most effective marketing strategy that we have. And that is purely because I know a lot about Instagram. Now, if you know a lot about Twitter, if you know a lot about Reddit, if you know a lot about fucking YouTube and TikTok, use those platforms. But I recommend starting with Instagram. Instagram's an interesting one because we kind of use that as like a portfolio or like a landing page for your model. So most likely what someone's going to do before they actually convert to a page such as FanView or OnlyFans, what they're going to do is check out your model's Instagram. Seems logical. They want to see, for one, if there's any content on there that they can, use so they don't have to purchase, and if there is any added interest or disinterest when they look at your page. So they like your personality, do they actually think you're fully attractive? They might want to check out your stories, what you're doing, your reels, where you're located. I know this model doesn't exist, so it sounds crazy, but even if they are aware that it's AI, they still want to kind of get to know them, if that makes sense. It doesn't make sense, but they want to get to know their personality, all this kind of stuff. First things first, you need a clean profile picture, a clean bio, clean username. Try to avoid underscores and dots and numbers in your username. If you can just have words, it's absolutely perfect. And the shorter, the better. You don't really want like a long username that's like a list, because people aren't going to remember it. Make her name, super embedded in her niche as well. So if she is a MILF, mention that in her username. If she is the girl next door, give her a super, generic female name. Try to avoid like super porn star sounding names, like, I don't know, Rihanna Star, for example. Sounds super like, stage name-ish. Try and make it seem as organic as possible. That's the only kind of advice I give you when it comes to this. And then, of course, once you do have an Instagram, you want to be expanding to different social media platforms anyway. So start letting those accounts warm up. Open up a Twitter account, open up Instagram, Reddit, fucking Pinterest, whatever you can think of, and start posting on those platforms. The larger your funnel is, the more likely people are to fall into it, right? So if you're posting to just Instagram, that's great. There's 2 billion users on Instagram. You can get plenty of people from just Instagram. But if you have those images and that content that's doing well on Instagram, why would it not do well on Twitter? Why would it not do well on Reddit? It will. So what you've got to factor in is that Instagram is not your only platform, or you don't just want one platform. The larger your funnel gets, the more customers are likely to fall into that funnel. Okay, so I just wanted to cover really quickly what a decent Instagram page would look like, or improvements I've made to an Instagram page potentially. I've literally just clicked on this page. I've never seen it before in my life, and I thought from first impression this would be a good page for me to go through, so that I can actually show you, what the good features are, what the bad features are, what you can kind of expect when you make an Instagram page or just a social media page in general. And yeah, let's get into it. So first of all, profile picture's great, shows the face. If they could show like a tiny bit more of chest here, it would be absolutely ideal. Then it would be a bit more provocative, entice people to click on the profile a little bit more. But at this size of page, you don't want to be taking any stupid risks. So I actually think that it's a good thing that they have a very clean, let's say non-explicit profile picture here. The name as well. The one thing I'd say about the name is that it directly says at the end .ai. I don't like that at all. But if it was just this, Mia Bella Vita, that would be absolutely perfect. The name is not too not too porn star sounding. It's very organic sounding, and it has a very clear niche on this page as well. So it's clearly some sort of, Italian model, and they've gone for this kind of premium looking model, fancy, all this kind of stuff. If we go on to the stories, they actually post to YouTube, which is quite cool. A lot of people don't do this at all, to which I question why. So on here, all they do is literally just post pretty much the same shit they post on Instagram. If once again, as I said, the larger your funnel, the more likely people are to fall into it. So having these videos on YouTube, posting these on TikTok, posting these on other platforms are actually going to improve your funnel so much. They also have a Telegram group, which is interesting. My assumption would be that they just post teaser content on here. I don't really like Telegram funnels anymore. I'd rather just funnel straight to the platform. But yeah, it's there. They also posted this, kind of advert premium girl stuff. I like it. It's good. It's good for stories. It's good for reels. So yeah, hats off on that. One thing that is bad and what you don't want to do is put a direct link here. Now, Patreon's actually a safe for work platform, I believe. I don't know if they allow not for safe for work. Either way, it's a shit platform for you to be on. So don't make a Patreon. It's fucking stupid. Reason being, most of your money is not going to come from subscriptions. So even if Patreon had a higher conversion rate when it comes to subscriptions, which it doesn't, you wouldn't be able to chat properly. So FanView actually has the tools for you to be able to send pictures to fans for them to unlock, and they can't see the picture till they unlock it. Also, just the general kind of how the chatting is laid out is going to be so much better than if they do have a chatting feature on Patreon. I'm not actually sure. And also they can take tips through there, and obviously it's a not safe for work platform, so you can properly monetize your creators on there. Highlights are good. What we'd normally say with highlights is, these are fine from first impression. Yeah, just kind of, it's good stuff. It's good stuff on it. But I'd make the titles more specific, so maybe holidays, gym, food, spicy is fine here, and just have call to actions on here. But yeah, highlights are quite important because they show kind of a personalized lifestyle that you wouldn't see on your typical AI model, because they don't fucking exist. So if you're posting lifestyle content on your stories and then that's going to highlights, you're going to make your model seem so much more realistic, so much more personable, and so much more relatable to the audience. So just a massive plus here. And in terms of content, they just post reels by the looks of it, which is fine, especially in their niche. It's still following the clear niche of like a clean Italian premium, as I've said. I'm not even sure if that's a way to describe this, but premium looking female. She looks expensive, and she looks like every single post suits the page. So that's exactly what you want. But you're most likely going to want images here. I actually don't recommend posting reels to the feed, but it works in some people's case. Like in this page, it works, it's fine. But in general, we get more reach if you just post to the reels feed and not onto your main feed if you post in reels. Just have really realistic pictures here. To be fair, they've done well with the thumbnails of the reels to make sure they look good on the feed, so it's fine. But yeah, you're most likely going to have images. Just make sure they're consistent like this, pretty much. They look realistic and they pull people in. That's all you really want from that. But yeah, that's a very basic review of an Instagram account. Some improvements that I'd make, and what you can kind of expect when you make your own, what it can look like, and how fast they can grow as well, because 40k followers is obviously quite a lot of followers. From this, if you were to convert them to FanView, I'd probably expect a decent amount per month to be made, maybe just below 10k a month on this amount of followers, if you're funneling correctly and all that kind of stuff, and you've got the right audience. So yeah, job well done from these, but I know that these lot aren't fully capitalizing on their audience because they're on Patreon. They're using, just AI flat on the username. There's no way this page is making, near 10k a month. I'd probably say below 1k a month, to be honest, just from, general analysis on what models make on Patreon. It's nowhere near FanView. So once again, Wouldn't use Patreon, but also you don't want a direct fan view link here. Make sure you use like a link tree or a beacons.ai, something like this to mask the link, because Instagram will ban your account if you have a direct fan view link here. But yeah, Instagram review finished.
So another thing to remember is, of course, the legalities and legislation, not just for legal reasons in terms of, the law, but also legislation on social media platforms. One tip I'll give you is never steal content, never. Not reels, not TikToks, not images, especially not new content. Never do it, it's not worth it. It's not worth it for the law, it's not worth it because you get banned on socials if you're posting, stolen TikToks or whatever. So that's another tip I can give you. But what I will say, and I'm going to contradict myself slightly from the start of this video. Yes, I said it was easy. It's very easy for a business model, extremely easy. Beginners can do it. Stupid people can do it. I've seen it happen. But it's hard work. Any business is hard work. Anything that comes good is going to be hard. So losers will fail. If you're going to sit about, if you're going to watch Netflix instead of posting on Instagram, if you're thinking, I've only got 10 followers, what's the point? I'm going to give up after, only a couple of weeks of doing this. You're not going to make money instantly. It's not going to come like that. And what I'm going to be doing in the next episode is teaching you exactly how the money-making process actually works. I'm going to teach you how I set up my Instagram, what I did to get followers on there, because we are growing rapidly at the moment. I think it's like 2 days after I filmed the first couple clips. And then the actual money-making process and how that's going. And then I'll give you an update in a couple of weeks' time on how we're doing if we hit that 5K mark.